Hi, this is video 275. I start at November the 5th. Dave's working on the vertical skins near the tailplane and Phil working on the opposite side of the fuselage on control fittings. I know this is repetitive video, skins being fitted to the fuselage, but it does take time. And I do try to bring a weekly report of what's happening at East Kirkby. Dennis and Mike, the painter, on the tailplane. Norman started manufacturing skins for the rear fuselage. I talked to Jacob on his course in the Netherlands. Brad with the Lucy fuel tank back from the repair shop. We start once again with Dave.
Perfect. Hard to say. We've raised the bar on this. This aircraft is actually built to a higher standard than the ones were in the war.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm not joking either.
No, I know you're not. Definitely.
We put jointing compound on the joints, which wasn't a requirement. That's a modern corrosion prevention measure that we've adopted for the rear fuselage. So we've raised the bar on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are just primer.
Yeah, because they've got a little bit more working to do, and he's not going to touch them for a while. Yeah. So all he's asked for is just to put them in the primer that we use.
And then you do undercoat and then top coat or what?
Yeah, it's just etch chromate and then primer. And that's how these are, just primer.
The chromate is the yellow stuff.
The yellow stuff, you got it, yeah. So,
and you put the primer on and then top coat.
Yeah. So once these have been worked, it will get the proper interior green stuff that goes on the top coat. But yeah, they come out really nice. Yeah.
Good. And Dennis is finished with them. They go from that. Then Mike blasts them away with a bit of paint.
And then they've still got to be worked yet on assembly.
Yeah.
In the tailplane, you've got to be cut to size. There's holes got to go through here, allow the stringers to run through.
Yeah.
So there's still a bit of work left in them to do, but that paint is on there now as a protection until we are ready to use them.
Yeah.
That's why we've done it that way.
Good. Right, thanks Dennis. What are you doing with this now?
I'm putting the tape on. Give me a line there to trim down to. That's 3/4 of an inch from there to there, but this is over.
Yeah. You take the line from there down and mark like that.
That tape does the job.
That tape is the thickness you want.
Yeah.
I see. So you put it on this edge.
Put it where the heel is there.
Yeah.
Put it along there.
Oh, you put it from the heel, so you're
from there,
about 1/8 of an inch in.
And then that's that, and then it should measure 3/4 from there to there.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
And this, you can see this.
Yeah.
It's a straight line, you know.
finishes the job off, doesn't it?
Yeah. For now.
For now. Well, yeah.
They're all on now.
They're all on.
Yeah, all painted. This one's going on now,
Yeah.
and then we've got to move these things across here to get this black skin on the cargo going, and then after that, they're on top with the big ones. Yeah, because you can see that's going through there, so we need to disassemble that, push it across through there, and then we can get this skin on here.
Get that skin on, yeah.
Yeah.
Will you? Does that one go all the way along?
No, that one just stops at the
Stops at 35.
Yeah. And then after that one, I'm on to the
Top.
top ones, yeah. The biggies. So this one was quite tricky because it tapers and you have to force it round. Obviously you get a bit of this, so I had to...
Oh, of course, it does taper.
Yeah, and on the last one we did, we had a bit of puckering on it, but this one I'd done it differently and it seems to work out okay, so when you pin it up it goes nice and flat.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember...
You have to like work the metal out, yeah.
On the last fuselage, what's on Jade now,
yeah.
You had the same trouble with the puckering, with the tapering and narrowing.
So I've done it a different way on this one, and it seems to have cured that.
Yeah, still got a little bit of puckering.
Yeah, that
will come out.
That'll go when it once it goes,
you'll be able to pull that out.
I've had it all drilled and pinned up.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, the only... You can't really shrink it, can you?
No.
You need some big jaws to... Or not shrink, shrink it.
No.
Oh, it's coming on now, Dave.
It is, yeah. Soon be riveting soon, eh?
Yeah. Will you get all the skins on before you rivet?
No, I think if anybody's spare, they can stop riveting pans on now, yeah.
We talked about last week, there's no reason why
Getting to be
somebody
spare.
can't get riveted.
Yeah. Well, where will you start on it? Does it matter?
Probably over that side because it's out my way then at the minute.
Yeah. And then with putting rivets in, obviously over that length it's going to move the frame, is it? Or slightly?
You'd probably put rivets in next to where all the grippers are and then fill the space in afterwards.
Yeah.
You try and spread them out as much as you can.
Yes.
And then fill in the spaces in between.
Yeah.
So probably next to every gripper you put a rivet in or between, and then you'd fill halfway in between them, and then you'd fill them in again after that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't... I mean, Dave's got literally the hex on all the grippers, silver ones.
Yeah.
I looked in my tin and I went, there's only about 10 in there.
We need some more, really.
Yeah. Especially when you come to put them ones up there.
I know.
Yeah.
One of them skins is going to use them all.
They're about £1 each as well. About £1 each. And even if you try and find someone who's flogging them second hand, they're about £1 each.
Yeah.
And we need hundreds of them.
Yeah.
It's probably the size we've got the least of. Unless Keith's got some spare.
He might.
It's really cracking on. Well done, Lance. You're doing a very good job.
You're all doing very well.
Yeah. And what are you doing, Norman? You're doing...
I'm on my third skin.
You're on your third skin at the back end here.
Yeah. Just started doing this one. I'm just going to make it fit at the back first. So that one's done, the one on the other side's done, and this is the next one, and then we'll do the same one on the other side. And then that just leaves one in the middle, and then we can do that one.
That one's a short one, is it? From
This
35?
This one goes to there, and then there's a couple of short ones around here.
Yeah.
This particular one's a short one. Only goes to there.
Oh, does it? I see, yeah.
Because that's from there round is the skin that goes around the undercarriage box.
Yeah. How are you doing with the undercarriage box? Have you?
Just waiting for some reamers.
Yeah. Oh, you still haven't got them?
No. As soon as I get the reamers, I can bolt it into place.
And will you put that pin through the 2 centre holes, the 2-inch.
I haven't got the pin either, so we're making one. We'll get the pin made for us that's the right diameter. It's not the right pin,
No,
but it's a piece of tubing that's the right diameter to go in to hold that, to make sure I've got it all lined up before I go any further.
Yeah, because you could quite easily
Yeah.
move. I mean, it's only got to be a few thou. It's too tight then
Yeah,
to get
there's a few measurements knocking around I've got to sort out before I get it. I've got the drawing to tell you where everything goes, but just waiting for the reamers first and then the tube. Tube should be here over this week.
But you've got plenty here to go ahead with.
Yeah.
And you're finished now with all the...
all them intercostal, they're all done.
And the one what Terry was doing, what was a bracket which was 12 degrees.
That's going there.
That's in, is it?
It's not in yet, it's just been Mike's painted it, so it's probably here today.
Oh, I see.
Are you using the wooden steps?
All finished. When I say all finished, we've even put the turret ring back in yesterday as well.
Oh, have you? Oh, let me have a look at that. Oh, this is the new one, is it?
I believe so.
Yeah,
it's the one that's going in. It's the one that was on the rack.
yeah. I think they had 2 made when they got the other one made for... I can't remember the number of that Lancaster it came up. On the what's on the Jane now.
Oh, the 664?
No, that's the French one. It was the one...
The one from Doncaster?
Yeah, the one from Doncaster is Canadian built one.
Yeah.
Wow, this looks different, Chris.
Aye.
These long formers, they'll be coming out then, will they?
Yeah, but next year. So now I've got this, now I can fasten this to the frame at the bottom
Yeah.
and hold this onto this one. I can take it off here now and then start thinking of taking it out. I look like a prisoner in here, don't I?
It does.
Getting out.
Home from home, Chris.
Huh?
I take a look from 3 different points of the building work. Malcolm and Kim removed the metal frame windows from the old part of the netting, and more good weather allowed the builders to move on. Morning. Yes, thanks to you. What do you call this type of flooring?
Block and beam.
Block and beam?
Yeah. If you ever get a floor that's quite high out the ground,
Yeah.
this is the cheapest way of doing it.
Oh yeah.
So you're not mass filling it with chalk or stone underneath.
Yeah. Will you put a layer of...
Yeah, you put, next will go on top of this will be a membrane, DPC membrane on top of that. Then there'll be insulation on top of that. And then on top of that will be the floor screed, which is a flow screed.
Yeah.
So they pump it in with a big machine and it just levels itself.
Oh, yeah.
Job's done.
Oh, good.
Easy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Right, thank you. You don't mind if that goes on YouTube, dear?
Say again.
You don't mind if it goes on YouTube, what I take?
No, that's fine.
Right, thank you.
Fine.
It's certainly a big project when you stand here.
Yeah. It is. It's a fair old floor space when you look at it.
Yeah.
It is. This is the hardest bit underground. Once
Yeah.
you get to this height, it's easy.
Yeah.
This is all the hard work.
Can we have a talk first thing after dinner?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just,
Thank you, John.
you had trouble getting that out, did you?
Yeah. John didn't, I did.
No.
It's no problem for John.
Yeah. Right, Jacob, you're back from your Holland trip and you had a good...
Yeah, it was really good. Had a great time in the Netherlands. Yeah, really enjoyed it. The course was really, really good.
And what did you learn? Was it on the structural?
Yeah, structure side, yeah. So it was all structures.
Was it basic or...?
So I did the basic course, but also did a slightly more advanced course as well.
Yeah.
So I was meant to be there just to do the level 1, but because they were really happy with me, I went on and did the level 2 stuff as well. So yeah, it went really well.
So did you get a certificate?
Yeah, I got some certificates, yeah. And made some really good friends as well. The Dutch Air Force guys that I was on the course with were really, really nice. So yeah. Doing basically everything from just like dimensional control, making stuff to a technical drawing. It was all in millimeters, which I'm not used to with this stuff.
Yeah.
So that was a bit different. And riveting, bending, that was probably one of the best things I learnt, was how to do the calculations to get the right amount of bend.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're working out your bend allowances and how much material you need sticking out from the bender to get the right size of flange. So you could do like whole U sections without having to chop any material off. You literally could work out how big the flat sheet needed to be, mark your 2 lines and bend those, and it would be the right dimensions.
Did you just use one bend or did you bend it twice, sort of thing? One from the bottom and one from the top?
It depended on what we were doing. So we did like some Z section pieces, and they had to do one from the bottom, one from the top. But then for the U channel, we did it the same way.
Yeah.
But because of the type of benders they had over there, everything was done to the same radius, and they didn't have a bender like what we have that clamps down with a sharp point. They had a bender that had a radius on it. So, for example, so for their example, their radius they used was 2.5 mil. So that's industry standard is 2.5 mil. But for us, because all of our bend radiuses are slightly different, like one piece might be an 1/8, one piece might be 3/32, one piece might be 5/32, it's a lot harder to do that.
Is there a formula then for the bends? For
there is.
Calculating the length and...
But the problem is you need to know what radius you're putting onto it, because the radius is one of the key bits in the formula. So with R1, you don't know what radius you're really putting into it, so you can't really use the formula, so it makes it tricky.
And does the formula is just for a 90-degree bend, or is
it's for whatever bend you want to do. You can, so if you've got to go over 90, you can adjust the formula. But the formula I learnt was for 90, but you can adjust it.
Oh, good. And you thoroughly enjoyed it?
The other good bit was forming, like what Dave does with forming the frames. I did quite a little bit of that, and they were teaching me a different method to what I've learnt here, and it involved putting a block or a piece of toughnell behind the metal and hitting down into it rather than hitting across it. And it was really cool because it meant you didn't need to shrink or stretch the material. You know how like Dennis and Dave keep taking their pieces out of the former to shrink it or stretch it, and when you use this technique you didn't need to do that, you just hit it and it went over, and then you've basically got it's gone over the former and it flicks up, and you put your block in behind there and you knock it over, knock it that way a little bit more, knock it down again. And it was fascinating. Just trim the end pieces off and it sat flat on the table, even on a curved piece. And even my teacher said, I don't know how it works, but it does, and it's how he got taught. Dave was saying it's how he got taught as well, but he prefers to do it the way he does it now, which is something you'll learn over time.
Because he kind of bends it over and it's to move the metal further down, doesn't he? He doesn't bend the lot over to start with. He works the metal out from
Yeah.
the inside.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Well, something like that. anyway.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But maybe when I do it next, if I'm doing the former, you'll be able to see, and I'll show you the different technique.
Yeah. Oh, good. Right. I'm pleased you enjoyed it, and I'm pleased you learned something. Well done, Jacob.
Cheers, Neville.
Thank you.
I've lost my comfy seat. Dave's bagged me seats.
Sorry?
Dave's bagged me seats. I've got uncomfy seats at the moment.
Yeah. We've got the fuel tank back for Lucy.
Yeah, that's over there. Made a nice job. I'll show you. Made a nice job of that. Went to a local place, a local chap that looks after Gerbs and John's Jeeps, among other
Oh
things.
yeah.
And he's put a whole new bottom in it because the bottom was rotten quite badly. So he's put an entire new bottom piece in it.
And what about the taps? The union, which was leaking.
Well, it turns out it wasn't actually leaking from the union. It was leaking from a little pinprick hole in this area.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But as Nick discovered, it's a tank. I thought it was a tank with a baffle, and so you had the reserve there and then the tank there.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, it's a tank within a tank. There's a vessel within here.
Yeah.
So this is one piece, and then they put a little cylindrical tank in there
And what is that for?
as a reserve.
A reserve?
Yeah.
And
Originally it would have been petrol paraffin, but with this being Air Ministry, it's petrol reserve.
And how do you operate the petrol reserve? Is it a separate
There's
unit
a fuel cop.
underneath?
Yeah, there's a fuel cop. You see, there's two outlets,
Ah, yes, I'm with it now, yeah.
and then on the filter bowl, you can select either or.
Yeah, two pipes go into there, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it would do, but I blanked the other one off.
Yeah.
Well, we've got this temporary tank on, so yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how they put all the electrics right next to the fuel and the fuel lines. I think that's brilliant. So yeah, when it I've just got to trial fit the tank and then Mike can paint it,
Oh, that's good.
and then it's done.
Yeah. All ready for next season.
Yeah.
Right, thanks, Brad.
All right.
Yep. Tractor corner.
Tractor corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased to have them all lined up.
Okay, this is David Brown, 1950ish. Come to a wartime one. And then a pre-war, the 40s.